Alright guys, welcome back to another Phantom Prey video. So they recently updated the game, and with the update they introduced buff for a lot of character, and one of them is this YUTA. So YUTA and Ghetto, they are part of the special celebration of movie Zero. So for some context, on JP, the buff for YUTA and Ghetto dropped after Domingo's first anniversary banner with the celebration rerun, and their banner also came with these updates for their buff. But on global we already have it, and we are not even close to near half anniversary, which is obviously better. I'm fucking very excited because Yuta is one of the best characters I have in game, and as far as my luck goes, I don't know when I'll get the next best character in terms of DPS. But yeah, this guy is a completely different character now. So in this video I will compare this Yuta and TOJI because both of them are the best red DPS in this game currently. Obviously the SSR Nobara is there also, but let's ignore her. So Yuta and TOJI. TOJI, before the buff Yuta got, TOJI was, if you are only looking for DPS, solely DPS, this is your guy. But if you are looking for a solid amount of DPS but utility, Yuta was your guy. Yuta, with his healing all allies except himself, came in clutch for me so many times I can't even count. But his DPS is also good. His skill 3 after his buff, after his ultimate is massive. But yeah, so I will use Yuta and TOJI in the same team and do an imaginary realm just to show you guys side by side their damage. But before that, let's just go check and see what the buff is. So at first glance, the major buff they did is they increased Yuta's initial cursed energy, that is the amount of cursed energy you have at the start of the battle, from 40 to 70. Okay, so if you have awakening 2 on Yuta, you will start with 80 cursed energy. That's massive, and this cursed energy goes hand in hand with his skill, the buff that he got, which we will talk in just a second. So let's go check out his skills now. So his skill 1, before his buff, used to do 180% melee physical technique, but now post buff he does 270 melee physical technique damage, which is basically a 90% increase in damage. They also increased his crit rate on his skill 1. So before it was only 40%, but now it's 80%, which will go hand in hand with his black flash and the gimmick he has with his black flash, which we will talk obviously later on when his auto skill will come. So basically crit rate is a 1.5 multiplier and a black flash is also a 1.5 multiplier. But the thing is, you can do a crit and a black flash at the same time, so it's a massive multiplier if you can do that. So this is nice. So moving on to skill 2, you guys can just see it's a mumbo jumbo of letters and numbers. I don't know why they have not yet implied bullet point system to how they write their skills. I don't know why, but luckily we have a wiki for this game which I'm using currently, which has it written properly in a readable manner. So before the buff on level 10, it did 135% curse technique damage and decreased all enemies crit hit resistance by 15 for 2 turns, and instantly killed some enemies depending on your curse technique and their HP. Okay, after the buff they increased the percentage damage. They also totally removed the crit resistance and replaced that with curse technique damage taken increase. That is massive. So let me just talk more specifically. So about the damage, before you did 135, now you do 50 base. Okay, 50 base. But if you have 60 curse energy, you do more 90% damage. So basically you do 240% curse technique damage with this skill, and with this you increase all enemies curse technique damage taken by 14% for 2 turns. But if you have 60 curse energy, that 14 will turn into 35. So that's why the initial curse energy increase was so good, because now the ultimate, if you have this on your enemies with excluding the buffers and debuffers that you will have on your team, obviously your ultimate will do massive damage, and the instant kill mechanic is still the same. So this is massive. This skill 2 is so good. You don't even need to upgrade this because the debuff does not scale based off your ultimate. So I leveled 8 hit this skill because I like it, but you don't even need to upgrade it, and you will have the 35% damage taken increase by curse technique every time. Skill 3 they didn't touch. Basically they only increased the percentage of the every hit by 3 or 2, so we can just skip this shit. They didn't even increase the crit rate, black flash rate. They didn't touch it, but it's alright because skill 2 and skill 1 are the best thing they did to this character. Ultimate they also didn't touch. What they touch is auto skill. His auto skill, the first and second auto skill is the same, but they added another auto skill which pairs well with his skill 1. So if you do a black flash, your curse technique will increase by 20%. So if you have the Jogo's recollection bit on this guy, you just need to do your skill 1, fish for a black flash, then do your skill 2 with the debuff and do your ultimate. You will do massive damage. I cannot wait to use this guy. So now that we all are familiar with the kit, we will go into a run in imaginary realm, that is type advantage for red characters, and use YUTA and TOJI at the same time and see how much difference there is in their damage. So let's just go hop in. Alright, so we are in the illusory tower, floor 31. Red is type advantage, so I don't need to worry about anything. I have the recollection bit on YUTA and TOJI. They are basically the same thing, just for curse technique and physical technique. So there will be less of a different variable in their damage. Jogo's recollection bit is a cheat code for if you are a DPS that is scaling of curse technique, because Jogo's recollection bit gives a massive over 100 curse technique increase. Plus if you have I think 50% or below HP, you get a 30% increased damage increase, which is so absurd. So if you have a curse technique DPS, use Jogo's recollection bit. That's way better than non-standard, but I'm using non-standard, and this I don't remember the name of this recollection bit. Like-minded sisters, just to have little to no variable. So we guys know that his curse technique, his curse energy is important to do to have the massive buff from your skill 2. So what I will do is, before I do Yuta's ultimate, I will only do Yuta's skill 1 and try to get the ultimate. So TOJI, I'll just do whatever with TOJI just to see. Let's compare skill 1. So TOJI actually did a lot more than YUTA. TOJI actually did a lot more than YUTA. YUTA did like 54,000 and TOJI did 96,000. So TOJI is still so busted, but YUTA does not have his buff, or TOJI also does not have his buff. Damn, this is crazy. This is crazy. So yeah, we'll still do the same thing, doing this with YUTA and TOJI. YUTA gets his buff. Oh my god, TOJI is already reaching 150k 1000 damage. But yeah, YUTA gets his buff when you heal your allies. Okay, so when the HP is below 60% for your allies, YUTA will heal them and also buff himself by 10%, I think. So that's massive. Plus on Black Flash, YUTA gets a lot of buffs. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind also. So again, I'll still do this. And then okay, you know what I'll do, I will do this cursed speech. Now I have more than 60 curse energy, so I will have my enemy have 35% increase from physical curse technique. So Yuta's ultimate will do massive damage. Plus I will, with this second skill 1 with TOJI, I will have TOJI's second buff also. He critted also, he did massive damage. Holy shit. YUTA also countered, that's massive. Okay, So let's see. Yuta also buffed himself one more time. He can do it another time because he can do it for 3 times a total. So let's see. Yuta skill 2. You guys can see increased damage taken from curse technique skill by 35%. That's so massive. So now let's go do our ultimate with our boys, our red boys, and see how much damage they do. I will do their both cooperative ultimate so that there is no variable. Let's see. I will need to pause it because it might go quickly, but let's see how much damage he does. We cannot even see. I think that was 1.5 and Toji did a million. That was so many numbers I couldn't even see. I can't even see. But I think Yuta did 500,000 more damage, which is impressive obviously. This is nice. Seeing Yuta get so much good shit is making me happy. So after his ultimate, Yuta gets physical and curse technique buff. Let's see how much his skill will do now and compare that to Toji's DPS skill. That is his skill 2. How much damage? We can't even see. I think Yuta did 250,000 and Toji did 400,000. God damn, Yuta, you're doing dog shit damage. Let's see, let's do this again. 4, 3, 430 and 280. Okay. So Yuta also did a black flash. So if you remember, Yuta on black flash gives himself 20% curse technique increase with where is it? It should be at the bottom. Yeah, this one. This is his buff from his black flash, and the 10% increase. Where are they? These 10% is from his healing. So yeah, I guess this is game. Yuta with his curse speech and Yuta's with his Toji with his skill 2. This is nice. I'm so happy about Yuta. Toji, if he crits, does so much damage. Is impressive still. After the buff, I thought Yuta finally overshadowed Toji. But Toji just does so much damage, man. Holy. Alright, so keep in mind that I could have done a lot more damage if my Yuta's full passive was up, because Yuta gets his passive from a black flash, a crit. If he heals all allies for 3 times, he gets his full passive after that. But Toji, this fucker surprised me. I thought Yuta would do more damage. Obviously on ultimate Yuta did more damage because of Yuta's skill 2. This massively buffed his ultimate damage because curse technique damage taken increase on enemy plus Yaga's buff. Yeah, this ultimate is going to do massive damage, which it did. But Toji, oh my god, I'm so happy that he's still relevant. He's not that relevant because obviously Yuta can heal, and now Yuta can debuff the enemy also, so Yuta's value just skyrocketed out the wazoo. So whenever Domain Gojo comes, pairing Domain Gojo with this Yuta would be massive. Obviously Domain Gojo can carry Toji also, but Yuta is just doing too much. He can heal, he can debuff, he can do massive damage. What else do you need from a character? This guy's a total complete full course meal, and I'm glad that I have him, and I hope you guys having also. But yeah, I'm impressed by the buff, and I hope they do this for my beloved other characters also, because there are so many characters that are dog shit that should be good, like Blue Gojo. They still haven't buffed Blue Gojo. Blue Gojo is that good in their eyes that they don't want to upgrade buff this Blue Gojo. I don't know, but if Blue Gojo gets his buff, this guy's like juicy. Okay, I will cream my pants just thinking about it. But if they increased this 7 turns to 10 turns, oh my god, I will fucking holy. But yeah, that's just me making my delusional story in my head for my little happiness. But main topic of the video, Yuta, he impressed me. He's just doing too much. Utility, DPS, whatever you say, this guy is massive. So I'm happy they buffed him like perfectly, that all the missing things he has now, curse energy, everything. I'm happy. So yeah, so that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this, because I enjoyed this a lot actually, because of the surprise Toji damage. So yeah, so I guess that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So take care and bye for now. Bye bye.